Welcome back to Little Book Club. I'm John.
I am Matt.
And this is going to be our review of The Witcher Episode 5.
Episode 5.
Episode 5. So this one was called Rare Appetites. No, Bottled Appetites.
Bottled Appetites.
I'm mixing up the titles now.
So, yeah, from here on out, we're kind of like, well, he's already seen these, but
Yeah.
I'm binging them back to back. So
Yeah.
I like
So-
literally, it's very fresh in my mind.
So we just got through watching it. And so before we continue on, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Do all that stuff.
We appreciate everybody watching these and commenting and giving us some good conversation and feedback.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's talk about this a little bit.
A lot of sex.
Oh, there is. There's a whole orgy scene.
Let's not bury the elephant.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just go ahead and get that out there.
Right.
But I really like that it starts off with this. I don't know, he has a name, but I don't know what he's called as far as he's like a shapeshifter kind of creature.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see.
Yeah, Hannibal Lecter-ish.
Right, and I don't know if it'll get into this later, but it kind of was a slight plot hole from this one where he acted like he knows everybody or he knows everything about that person, and he obviously knew enough back to say, the back to Geralt's.
Yeah, to related to Ciri.
Right, to say that.
It doesn't really, he doesn't indicate knowing in this episode anything about her, the nature of her being.
Right.
Which there's a big mystery around what exactly she is.
Right, but I don't know. From the beginning, it makes it seem like he should know that if he really does know all the other guy's thoughts.
Right, and so like I said, that could be something of an issue, or it could come up later.
Right.
Like I said, I can't explain it exactly, but again, we're being introduced to this world, so we don't know exactly the limitations of it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And so, but I do appreciate, for the most part, they have done really well about keeping people within their sort of lane of abilities.
Yeah.
It's not like Geralt can just do anything. Yeah. He has weaknesses, and he can
do some things.
He can do something, but obviously, in this episode, Yennefer got to him, right? I mean, he can withstand magic, but she managed to bewitch him in some way,
right?
And so that was kind of interesting because he's supposed to be impervious to that kind of stuff,
right?
And so I think that speaks to her power and sort of showing what she is capable of.
I think it had something to do, and you probably know this better than I do, but I know he can drink potions, and the potions allow him to get almost abilities. I think something that she had put in maybe the bath or whatever.
Well, she had put something on, and so it may have been like a perfume.
Right. So it's so he might be impervious to most magic, but maybe not all potions. Or
that could be it. That could be it. So yeah, but anyway, so we have some introduction to new characters. We find out that the sort of magician person who was guarding Ciri at the beginning of the series was still alive and now is being used. His image is being used.
Right, yeah.
And so you get a little bit more, you get a little bit more into what this Nilfgaard and this enemy is about and what they're trying to do, but not really a good sense of what their motivation is still.
Not 100%. I mean, all we know is that from that banquet episode, she insulted that.
Yeah, she insulted the kingdom, and
right. But I mean, at the same time, it doesn't seem like they would want to burn the world for that.
Right, but it does seem like there is something tied up with her, Ciri, but not only that, maybe something tied up with her lineage, right? Because she has inherited an ability that is specific to that family.
Yeah.
And again, these are all sort of just open-ended questions that the show has put into it for the world.
Yes. And then so I guess we go from her, the mage, and with her, and then we kind of go into
Geralt and Yennefer, and so we have the introduction of Jinn, or the genie, which is fun because that to me widens it up a bit. Jinns and genies tend to be a different part of the world. Yeah. As far as the mythological scale goes. Mm-hmm. And so it's fun to know that this world is incorporating a lot of different types of creatures from all sorts of different backgrounds. I like that.
Yeah. Is this game? The book series, was it supposed to be like these different worlds had collided? Is that
so? I'm not sure. No. Again, it's and it may just fit into that generic sort of fantasy realm that incorporates a lot of different inspirations. Gotcha. And I'm fine with that, right? This is a different world. This is a world specific to this story, and it's working really well. It's really consistent, I think, with the way it's handling things.
So far, for sure. I mean, I've been loving this entire series.
Yeah.
I love the character development between him and Yennefer. I mean, in general, not just the obvious things.
Right. And well, this is the first episode they've been together.
Right.
They finally meet, and it's a really interesting meeting.
Yeah, and I liked it. I feel like it was a very non-cheesy, somewhat love story-ish thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it was just they had a lot of chemistry, and it played off well.
Yeah, and you can see it's, you know, one of those great dynamics of two characters who are mutually strong, but also, they're attracted to each other for their strength, I think.
Right. That's what's cool about it.
And it's not like, you know, a fawning or a sort of over sappy sort of love stories you're talking about. Right. It's, you know, these characters...
It's almost like a mutual respect.
Yeah, I mean, these characters make sense.
Yeah.
In that kind of relationship, whereas, you know, in other relationships, it may seem forced.
Right.
But I liked it, and I thought it was really well done for this one. And it also gave us a little glimpse of Yennefer's role in the mage sort of culture that I've been interested in and figuring out more of. So you have her at the beginning talking to...
She's arguing with that...
another mage. Her teacher. You have her arguing. You also have the mage who she's like dealing with at the beginning, who they're not bound to this brotherhood. And so there sort of seems to be a hierarchy of sorts with people who are associated with the authority figures in this world.
And she's kind of like, it seems like she's kind of went to rogue.
Yeah, exactly, an outcast. And it reminds me, if you're a fan of the Magicians sci-fi show, which is also based on another book series, there's a sort of similar dynamic there of there's the people who are authorized, and then you have the people who are not authorized to do magic kind of stuff. And it reminds me of that relationship as well.
Yeah, no, it seems really cool. And I just... It seems that obviously it's kind of showing that she wants a baby. I mean, that kind of was said in there. But I don't know if that's what she was going to be asking from the djinn, or if that's why she was trying to become. It's just like she wants power more than.
Yeah, that's where it's like really interesting, because her power. Like, I'm wondering if her desire for a baby is not tied to that power. You know, if there's something about that, if it's not just like she's burning to have a child, she's actually like, there's something about that ability that would give her something more than what she has now.
Right, maybe she's trying to
and you know, in this one, it wasn't even like maybe her trying to, you know, regain the ability to have a child again. It was much like she was literally trying to absorb the power of the djinn into herself somehow.
Right, and I'm thinking, I'm kind of making, I don't want to make too many predictions, which it doesn't matter, because like I said, this is spoiler free, and I don't know, and he might know more about what's going on. But I wonder if that's going to be something at odds, where she's trying to create something into the world and give her more power, and maybe Ciri's already that.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, we don't know the relationship there, how it's going to develop out.
Yeah, is there anything else we need to talk about in this episode? Because
we do have the next one. Yeah, I know. We're ready to watch the next one. It does end on a nice kind of cliffhangery moment where the replicant person who's imitating her childhood guardian gets to Ciri and takes her out under the guise of someone he's not. Yeah. And so it kind of leaves us off knowing that Ciri's in the hands of an enemy. Yeah, but she doesn't know it yet. Yeah, so like Bill Gates come in dressed as two times. That's right. Well, yeah, either way, we know that this is going to be... The next episode's going to lead into something more of that, so it's a nice tension builder. Right, for sure. I'm looking forward to getting in with Alexa. All right, so tell us what you think in the comments below. Did you like episode 5? Yeah, like and subscribe, do all the stuff, and I'm going to go watch the next episode. Bye.